Hey guys, thanks for joining in on another Redneck Manufacturing video. This week we are going to show you one of the coolest things that I have found years ago. So this is a Wi-Fi smart camera. It's made by ESCAM and it's sold through banggood.com. Yeah, that sounds like some kind of a porn site or something like that, but man, I'm telling you, they got all kinds of stuff. I'm going to put a link down below. I am not sponsored by Banggood, nor am I sponsored by ESCAM. These were purchased with my money, and I'm going to tell you why. About, I'll say a month ago, me and my wife were out in the garage, and it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I walked back here, and it was dark outside. I opened up that back door, and when I opened the door, I was startled by the silhouette of a human being. So it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and my backyard is fenced in, but somebody was out there sniffing around the back of my property. So in return, I went ahead and ordered 2 cameras, and I have already gone up and measured where my ventilation system is currently. We're going to take that ventilation system out, and we're going to mount this camera onto this plywood and put it up on the gable end of my pole building. So take you through the process of how I'm going to mount it on here, as well as getting it set up. Now, I already have my account set up for ESCAM cameras, and real quick, it's this easy. Now, we're in the pole building right now, and let's see if we can't run through this real quick. So once you get your phone unlocked, ICCE, pretty simple program. Sorry about the glare from the lights. And as I say, this is the coolest camera that I found. These cameras will run you under $40 a piece. They do have a European plug, but they come with an adapter to adapt it to the US plug. And continue to like I say, I already have my account set up, and I currently have 2 cameras online. So we'll go to the one in the front of my house. Let me get this thing turned towards the front of my property. There is the image from that camera. Let's see if we can't bring it over here. The cool thing about this camera is not only does it pan back and forth, so I can literally pan all the way to the side of my house. It also tilts, so you can actually look straight down at your porch. It's also set up for an alarm. So if I have this set up where it's aimed out into my driveway, you can actually set it up so if somebody walks up your driveway, it sets an alarm off. You can have it have a audible alarm on the camera go off, as well as notify your cell phone that there is a human detected in your driveway. The same setting allows you to set it up so if somebody is coming out of your house and walking down the driveway, it does not set that alarm off. So not only does it have a smart alarm, it also has directions, and I can set that alarm to go off at the edge of the driveway, along the edge of the road. So that way, if somebody's walking down the road, it won't set it off. Only if they're on my property will it set it off. And then, as you can see, safety first, you can zoom right in. Right now, we are only in SD mode. There is an HD mode. Oh, I'm sorry, we are in HD mode. So that is as clear as it gets. Which is pretty clear. You can read that, safety first, and that's zoomed in. Now we can zoom back out, and that is full screen. Of course, that I moved the camera around. So hopefully you can see that. I know that there is a glare from the light right there, but hopefully you can see that. So very easy to operate, very easy to install, and now we're going to take you through the process on unboxing and throwing this onto that piece of plywood. Let's get started.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
All right, guys, there you have it. In the time lapse, you could see all we did was ran 4 screws in there, drilled a hole, ran the power cable through that hole, hooked it up to the power verter, and then plugged our plug in. The next thing we're going to do is I always run electrical tape around the European plug and the American plug just to hold those two together so it cannot do what it's trying to do already, and that is push that plug out. We'll zoom in on that. You can see that it's already starting to push that plug out. So now the only thing we're going to do is grab some electrical tape and electrical tape that together. I'll show you that when it's done. All right, here's the back side, and as you can see, it doesn't have to be pretty. I just wrapped electrical tape around the European plug and then wrapped it around the American adapter. It's going to be in a dry location, so it doesn't matter. As long as this European plug does not pop halfway out, you shouldn't have any issues, and we got that secured in there. So this is the back side with the power unit. This is the front side with the camera. And I screwed this to my workbench just to keep it from laying on the camera, and so I wasn't struggling with it under my arm. So trying to hold it up while I was doing all this rigmarole. So now I'm just going to go up there and remove the current ventilation system, and we'll show you mounting this plate on the outside. Let's get started. All right, we got up in there and we removed that ventilation system. So now we'll take you outside. We'll show you the hole that that piece of plywood is going to go in, and then we'll set the camera up on time lapse and show you how we're going to put it in there. There is that hole. So here we go.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on
And there you have it. Just like any other redneck manufacturing video, the ladder and myself are in the way of showing you what I did. I'm sure of it. But that's what it looks like finished. The only thing I have to do is caulk out around it. I will have to get back up in there because I did not put an SD card in there, a micro SD card. So that'll be the next thing that I need to do, is just put a micro SD card in there. The next thing that we're going to do is we'll bring that ladder back in here and set it up. We're going to go up inside there, and I'm going to rig an outlet on the cord or the wire that used to go to the old ventilation system. So that's my next step, and once we get that done, we'll fire the phone up, hold it in front of the camera. We'll try to show you all that, but yep, that's our next step. All right, we'll try to show you how to hook the camera up to your app. First thing you want to do is you want to go to your Play Store or Apple Store, whichever phone you have. You want to download ICSEE. The icon will look just like this one here. Now, when I open this up, I already have it, set up with my username and my password. All right, now that we're logged into the app, up here in the top corner, there's a plus sign. All we're going to do is we are going to stand this camera up on its backside so it can rotate and tilt. And when we plug that in, this should rotate and tilt and say system starting up.
System starting up. Wait to be configured.
Okay, and now you'll see it go through some movements. Here it goes. And now that it went through its movements, we're going to hit add, and it says add Wi-Fi camera. We're going to click next, next.
Please input Wi-Fi router password and click OK.
All right, let me put that password in. I'll be back in a minute. All right, now it just confirmed that it is connected to the network. Now I have a couple of passwords and a name. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this camera yet. I'm probably going to put it on the front of my garage. So I'll just put front garage, and on the other one I'll put back garage. But we'll do that, put our passwords in, and then we'll show you what this camera is seeing. Okay, so I put that password in, and now this is the image that camera is seeing. So we'll go ahead and we'll show you the camera, and I am going to, let's do it this way. We'll put the phone here, zoom out a little bit, and as you can see, as I swipe my finger, the camera rotates, and now I'm going to tilt it down. As it's on the wall, it's going to be tilting down, and you can see the image that we're looking at. Ooh, that's kind of scary. So yeah, this camera is ready to go, so we'll get a piece of plywood, we'll mount it on the front of the shed, and we are going to be ready to go. So one of the cool things about this camera is we should be able to click on here, and we don't have cloud service. There's a button here that shows all the cameras. So right now I currently have 4 cameras connected, and as you can see the view from all 4 of those cameras at one time. So of course, this one being the one at the front of the garage, or it's going to be at the front of the garage, but it's in the shed right now. That is at the back of my garage, the front of my driveway, and inside my pole building. The pole building is currently looking at that ladder and that hood, and that's what you see right here. And then you can click on any one of those and bring it up full screen on your phone. I have not messed with it on my PC, but I believe you can display it on your computer as well. The cameras do record 24/7, and if anybody walks up my driveway, it'll go off. If anybody walks in my yard, it'll go off. Anybody comes in my garage, and then eventually, if anybody walks in the front of my garage, this will alarm. You can talk to it. You can hear through it. Just an awesome camera for under $40. As you see, it is ESCAM. You can tilt, you can pan. It's Wi-Fi, and it also has some kind of connection. I think they call it a H.253 or something like that. But basically, it looks like a Cat5 cable. So you can hardwire this. I'm not sure how the power works, if it gets its power through the network cable. But currently, the bad thing about this camera is you have to have an outlet that is right next door to the camera, or an extension cord to go to it, or somehow to power it. They do sell different versions. Some of those versions have solar panels. The solar panels, you have to purchase batteries. They're special batteries, and they are quite costly. If you're in a high volume area where there's going to be a lot of people walking back and forth, the solar camera is not going to be for you, because every time it senses, it's going to turn on, turn off, and it's going to wear those batteries down. I believe you can back them up with power, but their designation is for solar power. So if you're in a remote location where not too many people are going to walk by, and you want a camera out away from an electrical outlet, the solar option would be for you. But if you're in a high volume, high traffic area, the solar panel is not going to be for you. So if you're putting it somewhere like in your driveway, where you're in and out of your driveway, it's going to go dead before it can recharge the batteries, unfortunately. So yeah, the ESCAM camera. This is going to conclude this video, and we'll show you what that camera looks like on the back of the garage. So as you've seen, the view was of those bushes there, and right there's the camera. Not too bad aesthetically, but it looks better than everything else around here. So ESCAM from banggood.com. I highly recommend it.